Right, so let's carry on with the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associated course. That is still part of our course. It's just the second part of our course, which is related to AWS. Now, this is public cloud, and it's in 2017. It's one of the top 5 highly paid consultants are from, well, those who are certified in AWS, Amazon Web Services. So there's that listing among top 5. The third one is AWS Certified Solutions Architect, and the salary is good. But if you have, of course, IT experience already, and then you do this certification of AWS Certified Solutions Architect, and if you want the material, I can give you that too. Just email me. This is really one of the highly paid jobs if you have the proper experience and you understand the whole concepts. The exam itself is really tough. The certification, they keep on changing the questions, so you can't rely on those sample questions. So you really need to understand your stuff to be really to pass this exam. And that's what we're going to do, but just showing that this is one of those highly paid jobs are around the market if you have done this certification and you know your stuff. Well, you need to know your stuff, definitely. So other than that, we're talking about, again, the public cloud and Amazon Web Services is that public cloud that we're going to go for the rest of the semester now, rest of the course, rest of this. Now, history of AWS. In 2006, Amazon Web Services began offering IT infrastructure services to businesses in the form of web services, now commonly known as cloud computing. So we have gone for private cloud. We deployed before SCVMM, and then we try to go for virtualization in on premises. So that's what you will have in your office. But now majority of the companies are going for AWS public cloud, which is just a data center, set of data centers across the globe by Amazon itself. So Amazon is offering its own data centers for companies to create the computers, the virtual machines, the networking and storage, databases. You just want to upload any kind of workload, company workload on their data centers over the internet connection. You can do that on the public cloud. So if we go, if we check out the public cloud in terms of which one is being adopted a lot by the big corporates. So there are competitors here, but first of all, in public cloud. So first of all, I'm just using the term public cloud here. What does that mean? So it's the data centers created by companies across the globe, which can be used / rented by any of the companies to create their virtual machines. I'm just gonna expand that. So to create their virtual machines, virtual storage, virtual networking. So databases, you can just upload databases there, right? And IoT, Internet of Things, and AI, that's artificial intelligence. So etc. Your company has any business to do, and they need lots of virtual machines there. They want to host their applications, business applications there, so they can just go to any public cloud and connect to their data centers and create their virtual machines. Just pay that much amount on demand. It is all on demand, right? So you can just easily create your workload, do your business, and then when you don't need the machines, just delete them, and you don't have to pay for anything else. So, and whenever you again need a lot of virtual machines to host your applications, again just create that. So public cloud offers that. These are just data centers. Billions of dollars of investments was done by AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, the second biggest cloud provider, public cloud provider, Microsoft Azure. And in GTA you would find more jobs for Azure, but if you do AWS, that's also huge in demand right now. You need to take certifications in this. Then I have all the material. Just let me know or if you need the sample questions, or you need we're gonna do all the labs here anyway, but you need to really understand that, because that's really in demand in the market, and you might be offered good jobs there if you already have some IT experience on level 2, level 3 especially. Then the third big competitor is Google Cloud, and now fourth will be IBM's, which was actually Red Hat OpenShift. So these are the cloud providers. Then there are many others which are providing cloud services. So these we can say are the main competitors in public cloud offering. Now maybe we have discussed that, maybe we haven't. So IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. What is that? And of course, so how was the quiz anyway? Did you like the way it was taken? You were very excited about that. Did you get 20 out of 20, every one of you? Or was it really tricky? Quiz was okay? Midterm quiz? Like, it's good to have it this way, or you don't like it at all, please change the way. So you get to be at home, and second thing, it's open book. Third thing, it was not that tricky. Oh, okay, so it was not that tricky. Final, okay. I got your feedback now. This means, final exam. Okay, so here, yes, whatever I'm explaining now, of course, it's gonna come, but I just kept it related to slides. So whatever was there was coming from slides. I didn't make it that tricky. Otherwise, in previous semester, I was the villain. Anyway, in final term, so all out, you'll see how very tricky means. But anyway, if you liked it, okay, then you won't like the next one. Yes. So what is this? Infrastructure as a service. Now there are three types of online cloud offering there. So we can have infrastructure as a service, then platform as a service, and then we have software as a service. So what does that mean? So anytime you connect to internet, you can create your infrastructure, and that's what we were just talking about up there, that public cloud offers IaaS. And this course is about, or this portion of your after midterm till final, we're going to be talking about infrastructure as a service, where you can just create your virtual machines, virtual storage, virtual networking, databases, IoT, AI. We're just going to be logging into it. Hopefully everyone has created the account. Everyone has created the account. Anyone was not able to create the account? Anyone? Okay, everyone created the free 1-year account, right? So that's good. Now this is what we will be able to do, and there's a lot of labs there. Hopefully our internet connection works fine. and is powerful enough to let us do our labs. Then platform as a service, so it's for developers, and you don't have to worry about OS and hard underlying virtual machines, but you can just deploy applications. And then software as a service is that the software is installed and basically configured and waiting to be customized by the administrators, right? So by the company administrators, company application experts, or company systems administrators. So administrators. So SaaS, and now what are the examples of that? We can just go for examples of at least IaaS and SaaS. And IaaS example, the four cloud providers. Actually, there are so many others, but as long as you can just provide infrastructure as a service, so that's what AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, which is GCP actually, are doing, or OpenShift, and etc. So these are the examples, and that's what we're really covering here: how to manage data center, or virtual data center, software-defined data center that AWS offers. AWS is the king in the cloud industry. It has the most market share for companies preferring to go for its services. Then second best is Azure. For top corporates, top companies, governments, hospitals, insurance companies, large companies, they are just going for AWS. Although many companies go multi-cloud as well, which is just some services they're using from AWS, and other services they're using from Azure. Some other services they're using from Google Cloud. Majority, again and again, I'm saying that majority of the jobs in GTA are coming for Microsoft Azure. So you want to give that exam, let me know. But we're going to be covering, if you understand really good AWS, you will be able to do Azure as well, right? So it's exactly the same way. In AWS, the virtual machines are called EC2 instance. In Azure, it is called virtual machines, right? And it's a different name in, I think it's Cloud Engine, or something engine for Google Cloud. So, and IBM, they also have some other name. So it's the same thing, same virtual machines you create. They just gave it different name. Virtual storage that you can create, so many disks that you can create, so they just gave it different names as well. Networking, it's the same thing provided by all the public cloud providers, but they just give it different names and terminologies that we need to understand. So we're going to go in depth with AWS. We're going to do a lot of labs there just to understand how it works. I hope everyone brought their cell phones. Oh, what kind of question is that? You didn't? Oh, you did. Okay. So everyone's cell phone is smartphone. What kind of this next question is? Okay. Anyway, so but the thing is that we're going to be installing an application called Google Authenticator, because we need to go for multi-factor authentication, right? So we're going to do that too, but let's just go ahead and we were talking about then IaaS. First of all, examples for that: PaaS. It's for developers. Normally, when you have the environment for Visual C or C++ or Python, any of the programming languages, so you want that environment, then Platform as a Service is an option that is offered by AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, all. Then Software as a Service. Now the software is already available. So the example would be Office 365, Office 365, Google Suite, which is also like Office 365 collaboration software. And there are many. There's ServiceNow.com, right? That's for change management and ticket system, and Salesforce.com. So it just keeps on going. Pretty much everyone is on the cloud. Everyone's applications are on the cloud. So if the applications are already installed and configured and they need to be just customized for the company settings and requirements, then you go for SaaS service or software as a service. So we are again just concentrating on IaaS. So this is what we're going to be covering in our course, and we're going to be going for whichever cloud service is the top service, and that is AWS is the top service among clouds. So when you learn from the king or from the best of the public cloud, you would understand easily. You will be able to understand easily Microsoft Azure. How does it work? Google Cloud. The concepts are exactly the same. You create virtual machines. You create virtual networking. You create databases. They just call it different for different environments. Ultimately, it's exactly the same thing. So we will now go ahead and try to understand. Let's just log into our AWS and go to the services area and check out what we have there available. And I'll just go to seriously? Oh, okay. That. Okay, so that's so it's week 9, right? Or 8? Okay, so let's go ahead and try to log in. How do we log in? Well, most probably you're logged in already. So AWS and so that's a big thing. See this? Authenticator failed because your account has been suspended. Hey, I'm one of the good guys. Okay, no, I deleted that because it was 1 year already. And another college I was teaching different courses for different classes. I was teaching this AWS, so I used this a lot, so I had to suspend it or delete it. Oh, does this mean I don't have it? Okay, so well, I'll just quickly create that one. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so anyone has 2 accounts? Let me just pause that. That's too much. It's going to resume that. So we're logged in here, and I've asked for the first screenshot here, where you just click down like this, and the US East Ohio is showing. Now, if you've taken a screenshot here, that's your first screenshot now. So let's just go ahead and try to check out what else is there. If you click on the left side top, these are the services here, right? Services. So once you click the services, now these are 1300 plus services here that are being offered by AWS to the globe, to all the companies there. And you can see here that there's lots of categories here as well. Compute category, which is for virtual machines, and then storage category for the storage drive. How many types of drives are there? How many ways we can take a storage for long-term storage, and connecting to our on-premises environment, and also taking a backup of our data there. So then there's databases here, and all types of databases are there as well, and migration and transfer, networking and content delivery. That's where you guys will be experts already, that it's talking about networking, right? So, oh, not really? So so that's why I'm going to be asking a lot of questions about when we come to the topic of networking, because I expect geniuses to be giving me answers for everything network, because you've been doing that for 2 years, right? Okay, so let's go ahead, and here so there are so many services under many categories here, and they just keep on going. Robotics, blockchain, that's a really emerging field here. You should know something about blockchain as well. The famous implementation of that is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? Anyone has Bitcoin? Oh, really? Oh, somebody has a Bitcoin here. So we have rich guys among us right now, right? It's 3,000, right? Bitcoin is still 3,000. It was 20,000, I know, but it's now 3,000. Still better than nothing. Yeah. So now's the time to really purchase it, and there's a guy here who has Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, satellite ground station. So they have a lot of services here. Management and governance. So this is all about monitoring and events there. Media services, Elastic Transcoder, Kinesis, video streams, Media Connect. So, and then machine learning there. So you do a lot of code implementation here. You upload the code and try to develop machine learning, automate a lot of tasks there. And then there is on top analytics here. Lots of services here, but obviously you're analyzing a huge amount of data there. You have to upload that data and then you analyze that. Security, identity, and compliance. That's where we're going to create our users and groups and try to configure multi-factor authentication here. Resource access manager. And then there are so many services. They keep on adding. Whenever I start a next course, there are so many extra services that have been added. So they keep on working on it, and they get the feedback from the companies that, oh, do you have this? Can you do this? So they keep on adding features after features after features to make bigger client volume. Now then there's mobile related and AR, VR. So virtual reality. What is AR? If VR is virtual reality? Augmented reality. And well, they're both. So that's also new. There's just one service here. Application integration. Now that is where we're going to cover. We'll be covering simple notification service, simple queue service, SWF, and AWS cost management. So you really need to know how much does it cost to check any service for your company. Suppose the company reads in your resume, oh, you're AWS, you've done AWS, good. Okay, so I need to create 20 machines right now, virtual machines. So how much would it cost? So you would come down here, go to AWS Cost Explorer, AWS Budgets, AWS Marketplace Subscriptions, especially the Cost Explorer, and then put that virtual machines. So you would ask your company, hey boss, oh, how many virtual machines? So he says 20, he or she says, and then you ask that, okay, what is the RAM, what is the CPU, what is the disk? So after putting all that, okay, per hour, per second, per hour, per month, how much it will cost, right? So it can tell you all kinds of analysis there for, especially for your billing. This is what it has right now here. Customer engagement, Amazon Connect, Pinpoint, simple email service. So guys, about billing, one more thing. We're going to be doing a lot of labs here, so, right? So if somehow you see 0.01 cents, 0.02 or something like that for 5 cents being billed to you, so you can go up to the support area here, this one on the right side, right? And then you can create a support ticket by going inside the support center there. So normally they reply within 24 hours to 48 hours and they reimburse even if you have 0.0001 cent there. Whatever amount is there, just remember to put there, I'm a student, I am testing, why am I being charged? So that's good enough, they just reimburse. So till now I have given so many AWS courses, and students, since we try to learn, so we go for labs. We don't care at that time will we be charged or not, but if we are charged, then they reimburse it right away. So I haven't seen even one case where students said they didn't reimburse, but they will not reimburse if your 1 year free trial has ended. After that they will not reimburse, obviously, right? So make sure it's a free trial So this is the end of our AWS. Just kidding. Okay. No. So okay, here. So what we're saying, what I was saying, that if you got charged something, just go to the support center and write the support the email that okay, please reimburse, and they will reimburse. So don't worry about those charges there that will come because they normally they just reimburse. And make sure if you're already having an AWS account, then make sure that it's not about to be expiring, right? So we're going to do a lot of labs, and I'll be requiring those screenshots there, so you have to do those labs. It's not an option. So if it better be a trial account. Don't work on an account that has been expired. Like the free trial is done and then you're working on it. That's a very, very bad idea, right? So just create a new one, and they let you just create, with another credit card. You can create a new email. You can just create a new account. Okay, so when I say here Ohio and US East North Virginia, US West North California, US West Oregon, Asia Pacific, Mumbai, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo Central, Canada Central, that's the only one in Canada, Canada Central. So these are all regions. So what are regions? And inside the regions, what is there? So we're going to talk about that as well. What are excuse me, the regions there. Oops, that's definitely not the region. Oh, it's not even this slide. Cool. I'll just go for the second one. Yeah, it's kind of so yeah, we have here now there are regions, then there are availability zones, and then there are data centers. So how do they divide the whole thing here? They divide it with, so what is availability zone? So if I just go for a diagram here and try to find out what is what here, so you will have suppose throughout the planet you will have regions, right? So a region may have region is the physical set of physical area where there are lots of availability zones. Now one region can have 2 to 6 availability zones. Now what is an availability zone? Each availability zone can have 2 to 8 data centers, right? So data centers, and what do data centers have? Each data center can have 300,000 or more servers. So each data center is really huge, right? So you can see in one region you can have physically where there are lots of availability zones, or we can say 2 to 6 availability zones, or AZs, we can say that. And then each availability zone can have 2 to 8 data centers, and each data center is so big that it can have 300,000 or more servers there. So 300,000 is huge, right? So that's how, when we say that we are connected to Ohio region right now, so there are 6 availability zones there. Each availability zone will have in close proximity 2 to 8 data centers, and each data center will have more than 3,000 servers. So you will have, if there are 8 data centers there for one availability zone, you can imagine that how big are those data centers there, right? So that would be okay, so if we go for AWS data centers, so there are a huge amount of those data centers across the globe, and obviously you would just want to know that how do they look like and how much are they spread across the planet here. So there are many maps that are showing there where are the AWS data center locations listed. So that's a big map that shows lots of data centers that are covering that area or nearest area for all the clients, and the data centers obviously would just then look like from inside. Really cool, huge areas with lots of racks and lists, long rows and rows and rows of servers after servers, and so it just keeps on going, right? This is a big list of all the servers, the storage they have, and they are then spread across the whole planet. Now we get to know that, okay, there's one region, we're connected all to Ohio region right now, and it has availability zones or 2 to 6 AZs here, and then each availability zone has 2 to 8 data centers. Now these data centers are built in, not built, it's built in close proximity to provide low latency connectivity. So in case the data center workload, which are servers, need to fail over to the nearest data center, right? So suppose if Amazon had created their data centers in GTA, so one data center would be in Mississauga, one data center would be in Toronto, one would be in Scarborough, one would be in Vaughan. So they will be in close proximity to each other, right? Why is that? If one data center goes down, all its workload, the client data, would just fail over and will be accessible from the nearby data center, right? So these are some of the points that obviously I'll just put in the exam as well. And since you enjoyed the last exam, you definitely will enjoy the next one as well, hopefully. So anyone got 20 out of 20? Oh, nothing is free in this world, right? Okay. All right. Anyone got less than 10? Okay, you don't have to tell that. So. Okay guys, so let's just go ahead, and we understand that, okay, there are availability zones and there are regions there, and then there are all those data centers within that, right? So we also see that availability zones consist of one or more discrete data centers, each with redundant power, networking, and connectivity housed in separate facilities. Now these availability zones offer you the ability to operate production applications and databases which are more highly available, fault tolerant, and scalable. So highly available, fault tolerant, and scalable, these are the features that any big company would want, and they would then invest and become clients of any public cloud. If they say that their virtual machines will be highly available, they will be fault tolerant. If one machine goes down, the other one will keep the service running, and scalable. Suppose you want, all of a sudden you want 20,000 machines there. So you'll be able to have those 20,000 machines in what, 5-10 minutes. So that's easy. And as always, I give example that when Trump got elected, so the Canadian website went down, right? If the Canadian website was on AWS, it would never have come down, and all those Americans would have come here and took our jobs. And oh, just kidding. Okay, just ignore what I just said. Okay, so anyway, it's good that Canadian website was not on AWS in that case, right? So yeah, the AWS cloud operates 43 availability zones within 16 geographic regions around the world. So these are those areas where availability zones are. Well, this is just the regions that they're talking about, and there are 43 availability zones, right? So if we talk about each availability zone is isolated, but the availability zones in a region are connected through low latency links. So that's that for the reason that they want to make the workload highly available. If the virtual machine is here in one availability zone, its copy will be here on the other availability zone, right? So, and as I mentioned that before, the AWS cloud operates 42 availability zones and 16 geographic regions around the world, with announced plans for 8 more availability zones and 3 more regions. And AZ can host more than 300k servers, 300,000 servers, and can be built on 2 to 8 different data centers. Important stuff here to understand when you join, when you're going for an interview for a company. So they would want you to know this information there. So true or false, an availability zone can have 2 or more regions. So is that true or is that false? False. You're right. Actually, nobody answered, but anyway. So you're right. Yeah, exactly. So it is false. Availability zones do not have regions. Regions have availability zones, right?
So yeah, if you want to work in one of the data centers, you have to move closer, right? You have to move closer to one of the data centers.
I was first thinking who's talking. So you were, really down. You're really hidden behind the machine. Okay, yeah, you were saying.
I was saying, yeah. So if you wanted to work there, you have to is there any job opportunities for at specific data centers over there?
Job opportunities.
In the data centers in AWS.
Oh yes.
And is there relocation?
Yeah. So guys, if you're talking about job opportunities here, normally I give an example. If we go to Indeed.com, right? And if I put here Scarborough, or okay, Toronto. Oh, well, Scarborough's good. So, and then you put AWS. So, if you put Toronto and you put AWS, so then it starts with hybrid IT support engineer, a deeper understanding of Azure and AWS IaaS platforms, hybrid IT support engineer, DevOps engineer, AWS environment, and AWS cloud engineer. So many companies they are openly giving salaries as well, that how much they are willing to give. Network and systems administrator, and it's all Toronto jobs now. And they keep on going. eSpace, Cyron Technologies, Parsons, Canadian Olympic Committee, and MCSA, MCITB, AWS professional certificates, designations or benefit, and it goes on. You can see even in some jobs there are 1 or 2 per year, so it's 100k, and it keeps on going, and that's just Toronto, right? So there are so many jobs now available if you have done that certification. Solutions architect. Yep.
Aren't a lot of the AWS jobs looking for a Waterloo reason? I've heard that that area is getting a lot of
well, it's becoming an industry, so but wherever there are banks and large corporates, they are using AWS, so they would need. So I've just put Toronto. If you put Mississauga, there are double jobs there. If you put any of the cities here, GTA, you will see a lot of jobs. But yes, whichever are developing areas, definitely they will also have the AWS services. So are there jobs right now? Yes, a lot of jobs, and they are really in demand. If you really understand the technology, you really understand, not just for the marks, but just for the job, actually for the job, right? So, and you cannot pass this certification if you don't understand the concept. They are really sharp people. Till now, I've delivered this AWS course 8 or 9 times now, and total 5 students have passed this because it's really tough. Otherwise, all other courses, MCSA, Exchange, Office 365, I teach all those courses as well. VMware. So their students large number of students have passed already. So all the material we use, it's just AWS is the toughest one, only 5. So that's why I'm saying that you need material, and if you have IT experience, you do that certification, you will see that recruiters will start calling you. So there's a lot of jobs just in Toronto. I'm checking. If you go for GTA, if you go for Scarborough, you will still find a lot of jobs there as well. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, what we need to, so we already checked that, okay, these are the regions here, and there's a lot of services. There are 1,300 plus services there. Now, Netflix that you watch, or those who watch, Netflix is heavily using AWS platform, and Netflix is really available globally now in many countries. So it's using AWS as its preferred platform, where you can just see all the on-demand, movies and TV shows. So, and that's millions of people are watching that, right? So that's a lot of usage of that cloud platform. So then we can connect from AWS with CLI as well. We're going to try to do that too. Now there are 1,300 plus AWS web services there, and they are increasing every time. When I give that course again, I see new services there, and the older interfaces have changed to new interfaces, and it's nearly every course I'm saying, whoa, okay, they changed again. Even now when I'm teaching, I'm teaching already somewhere else, AWS, so what maybe I will just see and then I'll scream, oh, they've changed again, seriously? Now where's that option, and where's this option? So it's like that. So anyway, what we will be covering is networking and content delivery, messaging, desktop and app streaming, security and identity, management tools, storage, databases, compute, AWS global infrastructure. I wish the whole semester was for this AWS and Azure and Google Cloud. While this is going to be coming in this college as a full track cloud computing, but right now, yeah, this much we have here. So networking and content delivery, we will be creating a virtual private cloud there, and that virtual private cloud is like a local network inside AWS, where you can just create as many virtual machines, and you can give your own subnet there with private IP ranges, but it's in public cloud, but it's just your private network up there. So that's pretty interesting. We're going to be creating a full VPC there, our own VPC. We're going to be creating virtual machines there, and then try to understand what is this. Route 53 is the DNS service that is available from Amazon Web Services. Very important to you would be having a daily use of that, or whichever company you join here. CloudFront is content delivery network, and that is used when you are delivering content globally to your clients. Suppose you're sitting in North America and you're delivering your company content, especially the web pages, to your clients in Singapore or Europe or Australia. So wherever you want to distribute, you will use the specific data centers, which are called edge locations. So when the user tries to click the link, the data gets downloaded to the nearest data centers, which is called edge location. And those edge locations, the clients can easily then download the data fast and easy, right? So other than that, there is AWS Direct Connect. AWS Direct Connect allows organizations to establish and dedicated network connection from their data center to AWS. So you can have dedicated network connection also from AWS to your data center. It could be lease line, it could be fiber optic lines as well. So but it's expensive, definitely. Then there is AWS Compute here, and that is EC2 instances. We're going to be creating now virtual machines as well, and we're going to be connecting remotely to those virtual machines. So EC2 is just another name for virtual machine here, and so Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. So Elastic Compute Cloud, ECC or EC2 is just another name for virtual machine here, right? So it allows organizations to obtain and configure virtual servers in Amazon's data centers and to harness those resources to build and host software systems. So it's just a virtual machine that we'll be using. We have been creating virtual machines in Hyper-V. Now we're going to be creating virtual machines in AWS as well. You can just select how much memory you want, CPU, storage. If you go ahead now and add CPU and CPU and memory to your virtual machines, you might be charged. So that's why we're just gonna stick to within the free tier limit there. But even if you get charged there, they will just reimburse you right away. So guys, we were talking about virtual machines here, and we can do a very quick lab now where we will be creating a virtual machine, a Windows virtual machine on AWS, and then we're gonna be remotely connecting to that machine. So now comes a long list of screenshots there. What you were eagerly waiting for. Yes, where's the screenshots? Please teach, give me. Okay, so since you're so excited, let's just do that now. Or not. Okay. So here, let's go to services. Let's click the services here. And if you're in the services in AWS, then first of all, that's your second screenshot. Take a screenshot here where you have services open and especially this area is clear. This compute area is clearly shown, right? That's your second screenshot. So this is under the compute, you see EC2, which is the virtual machine or elastic compute cloud. So EC2, let's click that. Once you click that EC2 here, now that's a huge dashboard here, long list of services here, and then when you click them, there are sub services, lots of components there. So you can see here 0 running instances, 0 elastic IPs, dedicated hosts, snapshots, volumes, load balancers, key pairs, security groups, and placement groups. So we're going to be talking about majority of those options there, because in a company you will be you're supposed to create a lot of virtual machines for your company, right? So they have to be intact. And what are those security groups and key pairs and elastic IPs and dedicated hosts? So we're going to check all that. Now, one more thing is that we're going to be deleting everything or anything we create. We'll be deleting them at the end of the class. So that's the rule for AWS, or whenever you work on the cloud, especially in colleges when we're practicing it only. Do not leave them running, or you will learn the hard way what happens when you leave them running, right? So one virtual machine, if you for example you forgot and you did not shut it down, so you have 750 hours of free 750 hours per month you're given. If it reaches 750 hours, if it goes more than that, of course, then they will start charging you. So when we, at the end of the class, we're just gonna make sure that we delete whatever we have created, right? But only delete what I delete there. Do not go ahead and delete anything you see in front of you. So that might just get your whole AWS corrupted as well. It can get corrupted as well. So whatever I show you, you can just delete that, or whatever I tell you, at least confirm with me that what you're deleting is what you're supposed to delete or not. So once you're in this page, you can see that there are availability zones showing here. We are connected to US East Ohio here, and we can see US East 2A, and then US East 2B, and then the US East 2C here. So suppose this 2A. So within Ohio, this would be collection of cities, you can say, or large area where there are huge data centers being created in close proximity to each other, right? So this is one availability zone having 2 to 8 data centers, second availability zone having 4 or 5 data centers, third availability zone having 4 or 5 data centers. So let's click the launch instance here. Once you click the instance here, now you see that there's a long list of types of virtual machines that you can create, because you see Amazon Linux, but you can clearly see here free tier eligible. And just keep an eye on whatever you select, that is it showing free tier eligible. Many of the areas it will not show, but it's okay to go there. You can just follow me, right? So if we keep going down here, there's Windows, there's if I just keep going down after this are you launching a database instance, try Amazon RDS, right under this is Windows Server 2019 base, right? Then there is Windows Server 2019 base with containers. And it goes on, Windows with 2019 with SQL Server, 2019 with SQL Server 2017 standard, Enterprise 2016 standard, SQL Server 29, Windows 2019 and SQL Server 2016, and it goes on, right? And then 2016 Windows as well. And if we keep going down, it comes down to 2012 as well. Yes, actually the last one, not the last one, but it has 2012 as well. It goes down just to, oh, it has 2008 as well. Seriously? Okay, anyway, so if we keep going up, do you see the 7th one as Windows Server 2019 base here? Okay, so if we see that, let's not select it. Let's not select it. Do not select it, right? So we haven't taken a screenshot of the previous page, because if you see a screenshot of this, some of us may not know that where are we. So let's click one step back here where you see the EC2 dashboard, and take your third screenshot now here. So that's your EC2 dashboard, or the virtual machine dashboard, and everything related to virtual machine is available here. So once you've taken a third screenshot here, now let's click the launch instance again. And now, as we were just, I was introducing everything. So on the left side also you have my AMIs, or Amazon machine images. We haven't created one, but we will later create image as well, which is just a customized machine with your own preferred software and other configurations. So AWS Marketplace, normally it has machines created by different community, IT community members, and by different vendors as well, with some expensive software as well. So Marketplace is where you can purchase images of software like Oracle or F5 load balancer or any of those type of software. So there's a huge list there. And then community AMIs, again, those freelancers who've created some images that could be useful for us. But we will stick to, in the last you can see here, free tier only, right? So let's click the free tier only. We need to be, as careful as possible. So once you click that, now you can just keep going down here. Well, that free tier is actually hidden now, right? Well, I have a video, so those who will be watching videos, okay. So yes, make sure that free tier only is clicked, and then you go down here to Microsoft Windows Server 2019. So once you have Microsoft Windows Server 2019 here, let's go ahead and select that. So so click select. Once you select, now you can see that you're tracking your progress in that wizard. First was choose AMI here. Now you're on choose instance type as well. So here, general purpose and T2.micro. Now that type is T2.micro. Why micro? Because you can see how many virtual CPUs are there in this machine, how much memory is there. Instance storage is just EBS optimized, which is just a virtual disk. EBS is just a elastic block storage, which means virtual disk. And performance, so this is low to moderate. Now this is very initial virtual machine. You have just one vCPU and one memory, 1 GB memory. That's pretty much nothing, right? You can just play some game on that, very small game, or you can just draw on MS Paintbrush, I guess. So this is a free machine, so we're gonna stick to free. Free is always good, right? Okay, so this has been chosen already for us. It's selected here, but if we go down here, there's T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large, T2 extra large, T2.2x large, and then T3.nano, T3.micro, small, medium, large. But you can see that the vCPU numbers increase, the memory increases here, and then the performance is getting better, moderate, and then up to 5 gigabit per second. So this is all about performance, and you can see then it goes down and down, and there are different categories, but as much you're going down, you can see the processors are increasing. Now this is 96 processors for M5D.24x large. So you can imagine that if a company has a huge amount of data and they want to process it on a very heavy machine, of course they can choose, go ahead and select that. Oh yes, I need 384 GB RAM and 96 processors there. That's pretty powerful. And 4 times 900 SSD solid state drive. This is really good, very extraordinary performance that virtual machine will be able to give you. For a large company, it would still be peanuts, but it's still gonna be thousands of dollars per month just to run that machine. But that is still cheaper than what you would have run in your data center. How is it cheaper? Because you're paying the rent of your data center hall or the property, and then your the cooling the data center, and then the security for the data center, and then the UPS or uninterrupted power supply. So that costs much more than having this machine running. Once you're done in 6 months or 1 year, you can just delete that machine, right? So it's on demand. So that's why companies are saving millions. That's why they're going towards cloud. That's why they're going for public cloud. That's why there are so many jobs, and they really require the skills of, hey, do you have public cloud skills or not? So they really are interested in your skills if you have that. So we can see that there's huge amount of variety here for all kinds of virtual machines. I just keep on going down, but the category here also changes. Memory optimized virtual machines, then there are storage optimized virtual machines here, and then if you keep going down, this is all. But then you can still see that you can have as much of SSD drive as you want, up to 10 gigabit per second of network bandwidth there, and processors can be of any range here. So there are these types of virtual machines that we're talking about. So let's take your fourth screenshot here. Let's take a screenshot of where the T2.micro virtual machine is selected, and that's the cheapest one. Smallest one as well. Well, actually smaller than this is T2 Nano with 0.5 GB memory. That's too small. So they've given some certain level of memory here. Okay, so if you have taken a fourth screenshot here, let's go to configure instance details on the right side here. Yep.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that I have the right machine. It's server 2019, right?
Yes, it's server 2019 base, the 7th one, I guess. Yeah, the first Windows. Okay, so let's click configure instance details here. Once we go to the instance details, that's a lot of stuff that's available for your virtual machine that you're about to create in a public cloud. So first of all, number of instances. Suppose your company says, hey, I want to create 10 machines here right away. So we can just put, instead of 1, we can put 10 as well. It's going to create all 10 machines with whatever configuration you want. We're going to stick to 1 machine here because ultimately we're going to remotely connect to that as well. So then there is launch into auto scaling group. Now that's pretty interesting feature here. Auto scaling means that if there's a huge traffic coming, it says a lot of traffic coming to your application in the virtual machine, it can create another virtual machine like your virtual machine and distribute the traffic among those two. If the traffic is still big and the threshold of CPU is more than 70% or whatever you put the threshold on, so it can keep on creating virtual machines until the whole traffic goes down below the threshold of 70% CPU, right? So auto scaling means that automatically it's going to create virtual machines for you just to accommodate all the web traffic that is coming towards your machine. And so we're not going to use auto scaling yet. Later we're going to be using that, but we're going to create one virtual machine. Now purchasing option, there's a request spot instances here. Request spot instance just means that you can also bid for a virtual machine. there can be bidding going on as well. Then hey, I'm bidding this much price for this virtual machine, and I need 20 of those virtual machines. So bidding can also be done with the spot instances. We're going to go in detail later for this. Then there is network portion here, that is your default VPC. Now what is VPC here? So VPC is VPC is virtual private cloud, right? So this is the area where we can create virtual machines, storage, networking, and VPC has been created for us by when we were creating a subscription for 1 year. So a free VPC was created. So within the virtual private cloud or VPC, we can create our virtual machine here, right? So network, it's the default VPC, which is okay. We can create our new VPC as well. We're going to be doing that later in later days, but right now we're just going to be concerned about this default VPC. Then there's subnet here. We do not need to create a new subnet here, and it does offer the subnets according to the availability zones here, 2C, 2B, 2A, but US East default availability zone. So we're gonna not go for any specific availability zone here. We're just gonna keep it to the default. Then there's auto assign public IP. Yes, we need to connect a public IP, give a public IP to this virtual machine. So we need to give a public IP to this virtual machine. Why? Do you know why? If we create a virtual machine now in the public cloud and we do not give a public IP to that, then anyone knows what will happen? So public IP, okay, what is public IP first of all?
IP address available on the internet.
Yeah. So if the virtual machine that we are about to create does not get a public IP, then what will we not be able to do? Oh, that was easy, right? Okay, so yeah, so we won't be able to connect to that machine if public IP is not given. So definitely we need AWS to assign a public IP to the virtual machine that we are about to create now. Placement group, again, it says that launch an instance in a placement group to benefit from greater redundancy or higher networking throughput. You want to give placement group feature to your virtual machine. Of course, they will charge you a little bit more, but they will let that virtual machine give greater redundancy. So redundancy means that, of course, if your virtual machine is down for some reason, its partner virtual machine will keep on working, right? Or higher networking throughput, so it will be a lot of bandwidth given to you if you choose this option, placement group, right? And capacity reservation, here you can try to go for EC2 instances in specific availability zones. You can increase the capacity. You can launch instances into a capacity reservation if they have matching attributes, instance type, platform, and availability zone and availability. So you can reserve the capacity of a virtual machine as well. Like I need minimum of 32 GB RAM whenever my virtual machine starts. So you can reserve a capacity of a virtual machine as well. So domain join directory, remember that we joined our Windows machines to the domain. We can join this machine to the domain as well, but we haven't created Active Directory domain in AWS yet, but we can do that within our public cloud as well. So there is IAM role here, and that is just if you want to give extra permissions to users and or computers or service, then you choose IAM role. We don't need to do this now. Shutdown behavior, yes, when we click the stop button, it will shut down. Enable termination protection. Now this is very important. Suppose you click the terminate by mistake. So because if you had selected this button, it will still not let you terminate or delete the machine, right? So protection is very good. So in production environment, in companies, whenever you're creating a virtual machine, you should click that. Right now, we must delete that machine at the end of this class. So we're not gonna click that protect against accidental termination. We're gonna actually terminate, but not accidentally. So monitoring here, enable CloudWatch. CloudWatch is one-stop service for all kinds of monitoring capabilities throughout the AWS. So CloudWatch is separate topic as well. We're going to go to this service. We're going to check that how proactive our monitoring could be. So we're going to visit that CloudWatch later. But if you select that, yes, please monitor my virtual machine. This is very important. Maybe the company CEO, the senior directors and managers will be connecting to this virtual machine. So you still would want to monitor the working of that machine. If you enable the CloudWatch, then it says additional charges apply. So it's very clear here. You want continuous monitoring of this virtual machine because it is critical. So additional charges will apply. And when you say additional charges, when you see that, don't worry about that. It would be like what, 0.01 or 0.02 cents per hour, right? It's like that. Charges are in cents per hour. For companies, it's peanuts. It's nothing, right? So you as a system administrator, if you see a critical machine being created there, so you need to get approval for, hey, I need to have a CloudWatch here. I need to have log files created for this, the working of this virtual machine. Suppose it shuts down, so I need to know when it shut down, why did it shut down, why was it not available for the end users, right? So CloudWatch is additional charges apply, but it is the monitoring application. Tenancy here, it just says that you want to use AWS's hardware that is shared with other virtual machines as well, or you want to go for a dedicated hardware. So we will just stick to run a shared hardware instance. Additional charges will apply for dedicated tenancy. If you want Amazon to say that, hey, please give me a big server and only my virtual machine should be sitting in the big server, so yes, you can select that, but then additional charges will apply. And for companies, performance is the main thing because they're earning per hour maybe thousands of dollars. So then they would want really that performance, and it is just charging you what, some cents per minute, or few dollars per hour. So for companies it's nothing, right? Elastic graphics, so this is add graphics acceleration. So this is your virtual machine will be created on the hardware on the Amazon side, which has GPU or the really good graphics adapter there, so your graphics application could work fine. So you can click that and this machine would be available for graphics adapter as well. But again, it says that additional charges apply, and it does tell you that how much they will charge per second, per minute, per hour, per month, or per year. So then there is T2/T3 unlimited. So this is your machine can suppose sometimes the users are connecting to your machines a lot and other time they're not. So when they're connecting a lot and this machine is actually small, so it's saying that if you enable this option, it will start working as a T3 machine as long as there is a huge traffic. Once the traffic is gone, it's going to go down to being T2 machine. So that's pretty cool as well. Again, additional charges will apply. Okay guys, so we do check that. Okay, these are all the options here. Yeah, we get that, what they do, kinda. So we're gonna just keep it one, number of instances 1, and then take our 5th screenshot. So now we can come back. Okay, yeah, like 5th screenshot. I know you were paying attention here, yeah. Okay, so now we're like, oh, okay, well, what happened? Oh, screenshot, okay. So let's go ahead. Once you've taken this 5th screenshot here, let's click add storage. So that's the virtual disk that will be created for the virtual machine. Already the free tier limit is 30 gigabyte. You can see free tier eligible customers can get up to 30 gigabyte of EBS general purpose SSD or magnetic disk, right? So it is 30 GB of EBS. EBS is just another way to say virtual disk. That's it, right? So if I go back here, so EBS elastic block storage, and basically it's just a virtual disk. So here, general purpose SSD GP2 100/3000 and delete on termination. So that's a good option here. When you terminate a virtual machine, the disk will also automatically terminate. Suppose you uncheck this option, delete on termination. So virtual machine will delete, then you have to separately come to the storage area and delete this disk separately. We don't want to take that risk. We want to delete everything in one go, right? So this is the virtual disk with 30 GB and SSD performance here. Then there is standard disk, which is very low performance, and provisioned IOPS. This is just slightly higher performance, right? So we can add new volumes here as well. When we come down to the storage topic, then we're going to talk about the new volumes. But right now, we're just creating a virtual machine here. So let's click the add tags. So nothing here, no screenshot. Let's click the add tags. And let's click the add tag here. If you're on the add tags page, then let's click the add tag. And then we can just show here department, just to show that how you can use the tag. Department, maybe sales, right? So that's how you can just use the tags. Just put some key and then the value here, and then you can keep on adding. Suppose it's branch, and that is, you know, Toronto, and then whatever you want to put there. OS, Windows, application, SQL. Okay, anyway, we just put a tag here, no screenshot here. Click configure security group. So no screenshot here, and configure security group. This is really important, and it is already showing RDP protocol, right? So first of all, security group offers, you know, it's like a firewall. So whatever traffic you want coming to this machine, you can add that traffic. See that? So if I expand that, all this kind of traffic can communicate with this machine if you add it. Right now, only RDP traffic is allowed to communicate with this machine. Anyone knows what does RDP do? Yes, correct. Anyone else? Actually, nobody said anything. Come on, that's easy.
So it's like in the name, right? Remote desktop, so I can access from this computer.
It's in the name, exactly. So, you know, we were all so quiet that I'm thinking, whoa, really? That's the easiest part. Well, so you can remotely connect to the desktop of this virtual machine. So we really need this RDP here. But later we're going to come here and we're going to click the add rule, and we're going to attach HTTP protocol there. We're going to attach any of the protocols. So right now only you can remotely connect to that machine, but you cannot connect with anything. You cannot connect with, suppose if you click the add rule here, suppose you do that, go ahead and click the add rule, and then so click the add rule here, and then if you drop down, so all kind of traffic, DNS traffic can be allowed. Right now nothing is allowed other than the remote desktop, right? So all this traffic can be allowed to connect. Database traffic, NFS, which is Linux, and all kind of other traffic can be allowed. So I'm just not gonna select anything else here, and this line that we just added here can be deleted as well. Only the second line. Let's go ahead and delete the second line only, not the first line, just the second line. So I'm just gonna click delete now. Okay, once it is deleted, RDP is there, and you can see here that the port range is 3389. It's the transmission control protocol, or TCP port. It's gonna acknowledge that connection. So other than that, there is custom anywhere, so anyone can connect from anywhere to this machine. And then my IP. If we go down to my IP, then it gives me this IP. Anyone knows what is this IP? Where is this IP coming from? George Brown College. Is it the public IP or the private IP? Oh, you won something, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. So here, this is George Brown College's public IP, right? So from internet, they would connect, ping this IP, and that would be George Brown DSL router. Let's not select that, but this is an option that we can select. Hey, users only from George Brown can connect to this machine. No one else can connect, right? So let's go back to custom, right? and or anywhere. Yeah, just go down to anywhere where there is 000 IPv4 and v6, both ways it is written there. So anywhere we have clicked that, right? So if you have clicked anywhere, let's take your sixth screenshot here.
But for example, if you want to choose your IP address, can you change it in the future?
Oh yes, anytime. So this is now a description. Let's put your first name there, and well, that means that previous screenshot can be discarded and this screenshot can be there. So your first name, and then that's VM01. So guys, here I've just added in the description your first name, VM01. Only this is the change, and make sure that it's anywhere. So the sixth screenshot that you just took, sorry about that, just delete that and take this screenshot where your name is showing now. So take this screenshot where your name is showing now. And I almost forgot there that previous screenshots that do not have your name.
They do. Top right is our account.
Oh, you created the account with your name, right?
Yeah.
Genius. That's good. No, if somebody just create that cool guy something here, so that's gonna be well, then go ahead and change that to your name. Anyway, so here, okay, please take a sixth screenshot, which is still a sixth screenshot, but now with your name here, right? So, and understand that security group works like a firewall, and it is inbound traffic that you've just configured for this virtual machine. And this is the only traffic that you are allowing to this virtual machine. So security group works like a firewall, right? Okay, so if you've taken a screenshot here after putting that name, let's just go ahead, review and launch. I'm hungry, that's why I'm saying lunch, otherwise it's launch, right? So review and launch. Let's click that. So it's again, whatever we selected here, you can just keep going down and check all the options that you've selected. But above here, it says here, improve your instances security. Your security group, whenever you create a security group, it always gives this name, Launch Wizard. And this is the first security group, so that's why Launch Wizard 1. Suppose you create more virtual machines, more security groups will be created. So Launch Wizard 2, 3, 4, 5 will be there. It is open to the world. Right now, across the planet, anyone can connect to your machine if they have the key pair. And we need to know in next screen what is a key pair, right? So anyway, this is just we're reviewing that, and let's click the launch. So let's click the launch button. As soon as you click the launch button, you should be seeing this. So that's a very good security measure here, although you can choose to not use that, but that's going to be a very bad idea, right? Now, what is this anyway? So it's going to create a key pair. So first of all, drop down here and go to create a new key pair here, and then give your first name dash key pair. Now what is it? You have to download this file. Now this file must be present, physically available in your computer or wherever you choose to save it. But if this file that you're about to download is supposed to be there, if it is not there in your computer, or whenever you're about to connect to the machine, that file is not there, then you won't be able to connect to that machine. So suppose anyone else knows this machine's IP, public IP, but does not have that key pair, that person cannot log in. So you're still secure now, right?
We were doing the same before in the Ubuntu.
Yeah, we could have just gone for IP as well, but
No, I mean like before the second semester we was creating same on AWS but Ubuntu server.
oh yes, okay. You used it already, right? Cool. You all used it already.
Yeah.
Why am I explaining so much then? Okay, anyway, so we still need to go through it, but you already know that then. Okay, so that's good. Now guys, it's compulsory to download and put it in a safe place, because you really need to access that to connect to the machine. Oh, since you know that already, so let's click the download key pair. So once we click the download key pair, just save it where you can access it later, where you know where you're downloading it. So your first name key pair here. So I'm just gonna go to my folder structure. You can just save it anywhere where you just need to know exactly where have you put it. Wow. So I'm just going through my huge folder structure here and then putting the key pair at its proper place, and I'll click the open folder as well so I could know that that's where my key pair is. And later, because I'm just gonna access that too, so I'm just gonna control C it, minimize. So now here, once we've taken if we have downloaded the key pair, right? So take your 7th screenshot here. I don't hear anyone saying, "Oh." Okay, so this means, oh, come on, man. Did you just click the launch instances? No, I'm sure you're not, didn't. So click the 7, take the 7th screenshot now. And if you've taken a screenshot of this, then click launch instances. Let's go ahead and click I hope you've downloaded this key pair, so click the launch instances. That's just one instance here, right? So this is your instances are now launching here. So click that ID, unique ID of this instance here. Go ahead and click that. Go ahead and click this one, right? And one day, Monday or Sunday, it's gonna let you see that, or let me see that. Seriously, I did click that, right? Oh, welcome to Edge. Seriously. Yeah.
It worked for me.
Are you using Edge?
No.
Yeah, who uses Edge? Seriously?
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why. Well, the machine is already created, so I can just log out, log in, and it's in the background. It's getting created. Alright, so the machine is there. That is so good. Okay guys, so it was just Italiano for a little time. Okay, so here, we need to connect now. Hey, since you've all connected to Ubuntu already, right? Everyone, right? See, grab him after the class. He told me that you connected to Ubuntu.
Yeah.
So, task 1, connect successfully to this machine. And once you reach inside the desktop area of this machine, take your screenshot. Good luck. Oh, okay, what? So, are we okay with that? Or is it something that, oh, come on, take the challenge.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to release this.
There was some command. Okay, let's do it together. I understand. Since you insisted, so take a screenshot here, guys. So let's take a screenshot. But yes, I understand that if I take a lot of screenshots, then I'll run out of them, and then I have to tell you bye-bye. So, that's why. I'll be careful. What? Come on. Yeah, today's intro to a new set of topics, so we don't have to really go till 11 o'clock. Okay, so here guys, how do we connect? So be careful here. Since we've taken an 8 screenshot of this whole area here, let's go to the connect button here. Make sure it is selected. Oh, I'm sure it is selected already. Let's click the connect button here. Once you click the connect button, now you see this screen here. So you can see that the password is not showing here, right? But the DNS name of the machine that you can put in browser, or you could just double click that, and it's going to let you access that machine over the internet. It's just that you won't be able to log in, so that's where the key pair comes in. So first of all, let's download remote desktop file so we could later double click it and then connect to the machine. Only download, but do not double click. Just go ahead and download this remote desktop file. So I'm just going to do that now, and make sure where you put it, you remember where you put it.
Wait, is this independent or are we following along?
No, it's you can just follow me now, because many students, you're there.
Yeah.
Hey, that is good. Hey, you were saying you don't know.
I don't know what
Huh?
I don't know.
So as soon as you said that, I said, okay, let's do it together. It's not a task now. So otherwise, I would have just given you task. You could figure it out. Okay, next one is coming then. Okay, here, let me just quickly save that so I could remember where I saved it. And okay, now once you've saved it, click the get password. See this, get password? As soon as you click the get password, you can see that it's saying that this is the key pair file, that it is .pem extension file it is expecting right now. So we should know already where we have saved this file. So we need to click the choose file, go to wherever you save that file and double click that, right? So click the choose file here, and oh, seriously, every time I have to do that. So I have to give that path of that file where I saved it. So there's my key pair that I created. I'll just double click that, and you would see that encryption or decryption information there. So if you get this all showing there, seriously what I did. Okay, so decrypt password. You just need the password for this. You were doing all this. So click the decrypt password, and now you got it. Now what I normally do is I save this much, right click, copy, and put it in some notepad there, right? So in case I close that, then I have to grab the information again. So normally I would just open a notepad and save these 3 lines: public DNS, username, and password. So go ahead and be careful here. Just open the notepad and save it here. Okay, so once we have saved it here, so let's click close and simply launch that remote desktop file that we downloaded. So let's click close here and go down to the remote desktop file, this one, right? So double click that remote desktop file and then go ahead and click connect. Simple, right? It's just a remote desktop file. So click connect here, and obviously it's gonna ask for your password, and you have saved it already to that link or in this notepad. So I'm just gonna grab this password, copy it from here, and paste it here. Simple, right? Press OK. If this message comes, remote desktop, just press yes, nothing here. So once it is fully loaded, you can clearly see this blue bar on top. Oh, what happened? Anyone not able to do that? Oh, okay. Alright. Sure. Okay. 5 minutes, right? Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I don't think you copied the whole password.
So 8:15, the class starts.
What time?
8:15. 8:15. Yeah. We will resume again. It's 6 minutes now. But Tim Horton is closed. Oh, you're going outside.
Yeah, so 6 don't care. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the so you know. Cool. So maybe yeah. I lost, alright? I lost. Oh, that's weird. I think I'm oh, actually, I don't know one. As long as you read it,
I was 2 and 3 and 2. Gotta go on first. 3 and 1. We gotta go on. Please. 3 1. 1 loss. So we're not 3 1. So I lost. 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. Okay, now I'm 3 or 4. I don't know. He might. So 3 or 15. I think I'm 1 4. I need to stick around anyways. 1. Yeah.
Or you,
Two.
yeah, it's I'm going to last expression. He's too fresh. Expressions of the expressions. Yeah, no, you didn't Scrabble. Now he just down.
And 15. Okay, let's get going. Yay! So excited, everyone. Woo! Okay, so what we were doing here. So once the machine is up and running, then take a screenshot number 9. You know, like this. If the machine is showing like this, with or without the bar. But the main thing is the desktop area, and especially this. The DNS, the blue bar, it's showing. As long as it's showing, you're good. So you, yeah. If it is like this, that's also okay. Like just smaller one, as long as that DNS name is showing. Yeah. So screenshot number 9. We still have a lots of screenshots here. Yay! Can keep going till 11. Oh, okay. So here. Okay. Now we can think of some other options like earlier. Leave early options. Okay. So here. Now this is started. We're good. We were able to remotely connect to that machine. So we can just minimize this and go back to the dashboard. Since you've connected to the Linux machine already once, so you might have those documentation as well, right? Or let's not count on that.
Let's try
Now I was thinking of giving a task now. That connect to a Linux machine. We connected to the Windows, right? So connect to a Linux machine. Would you be able to do that? Okay, so task 1. Well, that's today's first task, and wow, that's good confidence. So create any Linux EC2 instance and log in to it successfully, and type ls to get the, or go to type ls, or go to any directory.
What's the name? Does it matter?
The name would be your first name, VM02.
Okay.
So name the EC2 instance, which is just a virtual machine, your first name dash VM02.
Any tags related?
Sorry?
Any tags?
No tags. And one screenshot required, where you are logged in and either do ls to just take the directory, or go to some subdirectory. So that one screenshot required there. Let me know when it's done.
Yeah, same thing we just did. Now we review dash
Under review, right? Under review.
So it's here, the requirements.
where
Oops. So since everyone's done, let's go ahead now. Oh, okay. There's the okay. Oh, in that case, I'll just grab some water. So that's screenshot 10 exactly. So it is done. Well, yeah, at when we are leaving, at that time we're gonna delete everything.
No, but it's deleted, like when I get logged into it,
Oh, really? It deleted automatically the previous virtual machine? No. It's click the instances. Yeah, click the instances. Yeah.
search bar. There we go.
So, guys, is it done for everyone? Oops. Okay. So it should clearly be, you should be clearly successfully logged into the Linux machine.
Wait, were we supposed to use like a secure, like a, right?
Yeah.
And make sure that the machine name is your first name, VM02. The screenshot should clearly show your name. Okay, let me know when it's done. Alright, we're all done. Woohoo! Let's go ahead. Oh, nobody said anything, so let's go ahead, guys. Oh. Not letting you connect? Oh, nobody said anything, so that's why I was... okay. So that was your 10th screenshot, which is a task. So we can see here that we're sitting here right now, Toronto, Canada, and you can see the nearest regions to us are US East Ohio and US East North Virginia. The two regions side by side. Normally that doesn't happen unless you have huge amount of traffic there, lots of customers here, and lots of companies in this area. So if we go to the certification, this is where we are, AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. Oops, did I resume that? Yeah. Okay, so this is a certification that I would recommend you should have as soon as possible after this course ends here. AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, and there's, as we discussed, there's a lot of demand here. Now we need to also create a billing alarm, because if there is even a 0.0001 cent, then you should be sent an email from AWS, you would know at least that there's some activity going on. They might be charging you for something that you can always easily reimburse. Takes a little time, but they reimburse. So how do we go to the billing alarm? Now for this I have created the screenshots as well, and what we can do is, so let's just go to our billing alarm now, and if you're on this page already, I can see one instance here, but if you click the instances on the left side, right, so then you can just see the other instances. Now you have two, I have one. I didn't do the task right. So here now we can try to go up there to your name, where your name is written, and you can see this, my billing dashboard. I hope everyone's able to see the my billing dashboard. Si, senor. So, okay. So let's go to the My Billing dashboard. And once we are inside, let's put, if it reaches $100, then inform you, right? Is that a good thing? Or if it reaches $0? So that's what 0 as a threshold. If it gives 1 cent, it will inform you at least, right? That would be better. So here, you can see you're in the billing area. So that's your 11th screenshot. Well, yeah, send me that screenshot. Clear credit card. Back in, the back one. Yeah, full. That 3-digit would be very interesting to see. So, okay, if you're here, where I went here, and then I click this, My Billing Dashboard. So, yeah, it's a lot of flu and sneezing going on. So maybe we should go at 11 o'clock or 11:30. Oh, just kidding. There's so much. No, there's 11. Alright guys, here once we are in this page, we can see that it's already 0, and I hope it stays 0 after we're done with a lot of labs here, but don't worry. So but just keep going down here. Let's keep going down, and you can see this alerts and notification. So we definitely want to be alerted when if there is any charge for what we do here. So create and manage your budgets. There's this, and then there is free usage tier, getting started, and then it goes down to IAM access to your account's billing information is not enabled to ensure that we calculate your taxes correctly, blah 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 blah. So if we keep going up, on the left side you would see Cost Explorer, budgets, cost and usage, and bills, payments, but you would see here billing preferences, right? So let's go to billing preferences on the left. I hope everyone is able to see that. This one, billing preferences. So let's click this. Once we click the billing preferences here, now we can see that email address is written there. So receive PDF invoice by email. Yeah, we can do that. So whatever tells us, right? Hey, you've been charged. So receive free tier usage alerts. How much have you used already? And then just put your Gmail there, or whichever email you're using there. That you would see that alert right away. And receive billing alerts. Obviously, again, this is it. Now you don't have to select all those options. You just receive billing alerts is good enough. And also receive free tier usage. So how much you have used already of free tier, and how much is left. So that would be very useful. You don't really have to select PDF. And actually, for me, it's going to be a lot of alerts coming there. So I'm just unchecking this receive PDF. I'm just unchecking that. So and we already received enough alerts there, right? So this means that it should just send us an alert, but we haven't decided what is the threshold, right? So it's just going to give us billing alerts there, right? So let's click the save preferences. If we have selected all that, let's click the save preferences here, and it says here preferences saved. So then we can see on the right side here manage billing alerts, this one. So if you have clicked the save preferences already, then let's click the manage billing alerts. So once you click the manage billing alerts here, well, if you insist. No, okay, not yet. So what we see here is CloudWatch. We're inside that application where it normally is monitoring whatever we enable, whatever we tell it to monitor. So on the left side, you can still see the billing written there. So that's a lot of clicks here. We're not taking any screenshot till now. So on the left side, if you're on this page, you can click the billing, and let's create an alarm for that. So here we can also be able to, we will be able to give a threshold here once we click alarm. So we went to if you've lost your way, you could just click the CloudWatch as one service here, and then click the billing, and you will be here. So let's create an alarm. Once we click the alarm here, so there you can see down here, when my total AWS charges for the month exceed this. So here we should type $100. We are all rich here, right? No, okay. So let's go for 0. Oh, it's already 0 actually. Oh, it was, for me it was. So if it's 0 written there, so I went just down to this create a new alarm page, and then I put 0 here, and obviously you have to put your email address here. Now if it's more than 0, it should alert you, and that's a very good idea. So once you have put in that information, let's take a 12th screenshot. So this is exceed 0 and your email address or Gmail. So if you have taken your 12th screenshot now, let's go ahead and can we create an alarm or will it give us an error? Okay, 11th. Now we're one screenshot less. Okay, so it's 12th, right? Or 11th? 12th? Okay guys, here, so if you've put the 0 here and your email address, obviously you have to open that email and you have to confirm, verify that email as well later. So let's click the create alarm now. Once you click the create alarm, it says that check your email inbox for a message with the subject AWS notification. So you need to go inside, simply click that verification of email, right? So and then it will be just okay here. So obviously I'm just gonna go there to my email and check it out, but I don't want to, I'm gonna resume now. So this is the notification that you're getting here in your Gmail. Simply click the confirm subscription. So click the confirm subscription here, and this message comes here, take a screenshot. Yay. Okay, 13. So subscription confirmed. You should see this. Actually, it was supposed to be the next screen, but anyway. Yeah, screenshot for that too. No, just kidding. Hey, that's not fair. Then the class will end soon, right? So we should not take that many screenshots. So it is confirmed. It is saying they're waiting for confirmation of 0 new email address. It's okay. So let's just click the view alarm now, and it should be just confirmed, verified. Click the refresh sign here. Go ahead and click the refresh. So your billing alarm has been saved, right? So 0 alarm selected. Seriously? Oh, just go ahead and press the OK button here on the left side. This OK button on the left side, if you click that, you will see the alarm that you just created now. So press on the left side OK. Now
2 screenshots. One of each half of the screen.
right. So then we're gonna go 2, 2, 2, and that's it. Bye bye. So guys, no screenshot here. We already got the subscription confirmed screenshot, right? So that's good. Okay. So since I hope everyone brought their cell phone today, obviously. So let's download and what happened? Oh, some problem there? No. Oh, then just go to the email and just press it. Confirm that. You have to go to your Gmail or whichever email you gave there. So when you put the threshold as 0 and whatever email you put there, go inside and confirm the new email. So yeah, we need a screenshot of that subscription page that gets initiated when you click inside the email. When you click inside the Gmail, a new page appears. That page needs to be taken as a screenshot of. We're not all on the same page yet.
So the 12th screenshot was of the subscription, right?
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, well, now once we have done that, so this is a good measure. This is a good step that we took. Now we can be a bit more. We will be getting notifications for whatever we do. So now, no need to be here. If you see this, okay, billing alarm, we're good. So click the services here. See this? Click the services. Yep. Problemo?
Sure. Okay. What's happening?
Is this screenshot 12?
Yeah, that's good.
So this is 12.
Oh, not 15.
That one was 12.
Okay.
The one, wait, sorry.
This is 13.
That was 13, yeah, 13.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's 12 missing.
Yeah, one screenshot. Screenshot with a, yeah. Okay. You have to put an email. Yeah, there was screenshot. Hey, you were paying attention. That's quite professional. Yeah, here, email. Email and then.
Just add a number and sort it out later.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's get going.
So what we need to do is we're going to the services. We went to services, right? So in this services, see this services. So what we need to do is we're going to go down to the security and identity compliance. I hope everyone's able to see that. Within the services here, you can go to this security and identity. Security, identity, and compliance, right? So do you see IAM there? So let's click that IAM. This one, right? So once we click the IAM here, now this is the area that, so who is connected to which region now? Yes. So when you go to IAM to create users, it's always global. It's not connected to any specific regions. So it will be always global on the top right here. So then we take here a breath. That's it. No, screenshot. Yeah. So so it's 14th screenshot now that you're inside the IAM, which is Identity and Access Management. And you can clearly see here that's now you're not connected to any region here. It's a global written there. This means that globally it's this users will be there. How many screenshots?
So you're confirming screenshots?
Yeah,
Probably because I escaped.
missing the screenshot where you make an alarm.
It's the billing
That's not.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what they're on.
Oh yeah, I go to the. Zero there. Oh, you're also missing that. The shy one is also missing. Where's shy man?
Maybe you know, it's like
So, grid loss. And now go to your Gmail, whatever is go to that. And then confirm that. Yeah. So you can save it on, right? Then
And also over here, even if I use the name, yeah.
well, we can go directly to yeah, you want that. This
no, that's something else.
this is one. So let's go to services and go to cloud watch. Oops. And type is cloud watch. Yeah, that's
And then go to training.
EC2. Yeah. You go. It's like that.
Somebody's not paying attention.
E. Like everyone.
Okay. It's not applicable, right? Wow, that's the link is not available.
And then you should be able to do it.
You sure that was built?
This is the IP of the Linux machine. It's not the IP of the Here, you see why? Oh, man.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Okay.
It's on a nice house.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do unless you're kind of
That's what it's supposed to do.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Unless you're
But
you're
they're asking for it.
But we don't even
So something different.
now go to this event.
Just cancel when you try it. We're supposed to
And then we go to IM. That's what we're doing. So take a screenshot. Yeah. So guys, we need to pay. I hope you've all paid attention. So exactly. So are we all here or are we all there and not here? I don't know where there is, but okay, here. Okay. So okay, guys. If you're on this page and you've taken a screenshot number 14 already, so first of all, you can see here, delete your root access keys, activate MFA on your root account, create individual IAM users, use groups to assign permissions, and apply an IAM password policy. So we can try to check it all. But first of all, IAM users sign in link. So when other users are created and they want to connect to your subscription here to create virtual machines or whatever they want to do, this is the link that they will see. So now the first thing here is that let's go to the customize option here and put some name here, meaningful name here instead of this number 42 something something something, right? So instead of this number, let's just put some meaningful name here. So click the customize button here. I hope everyone's there. So once you click customize, now this could be your GB dash your first name. That's it. GB dash your first name, right? So once it is put in, then click yes create. So first of all, it says the dash is not or hyphen is not allowed. So if we remove the hyphen, does it say also uppercase is not allowed? No, it doesn't. So I'll just remove the hyphen. GB your first name, right? So GB your first name and yes create. Does it let you? So it says the specified value over account, it must contain only digits, lowercase. Seriously. So I put it on uppercase. So GB your first name, one word. Does it let you? All right. So once that is changed, that's your screenshot number 15. So that's written here. Now the second thing is that you see here, delete your root access keys. Normally what happens is it green for everyone? It's green for everyone, right? So normally what happens is that you're not supposed to use the root account. So now the account with which you're logged in, that is also called the subscription account. So this is not the way to use AWS or any other software for that matter. Do not go for the most powerful account and keep doing everything with that. Normally we create another account, give it some powers, and then use that. But that's why it's here saying that delete your root access key. It has deleted that. Whenever you need it next, you can, it will just recreate more. So but right now we're not concerned with that. We're going to be coming back to this. What is the activate MFA on your root account? What do we do with that? So MFA is multi-factor authentication, and for that you need to download in your cell phone Google Authenticator. What is that? So go to your cell phone and go for this app called Google Authenticator. So if you type in your cell phone Google Authenticator, go ahead and type that and download that now. And once you have downloaded Authenticator, wow, that's wrong spellings. Okay, so what's the idea behind that? Idea is that it's going to keep on creating random words, random numbers for 30 seconds. You put a username, password to log into your account, and you also put this number which gets generated every 30 seconds. So this is multi-factor authentication. Two factors will be there. If the hacker gets your password, this application is only with you in your cell phone. So the hacker cannot still log into your AWS account if the hacker doesn't have this authenticator with him or her as well. So what do? We're going to download this Google Authenticator. Is it downloaded for everyone? So please delete all the songs and movies. Oh, just kidding. Okay. WhatsApp, when we go through WhatsApp, so much gets downloaded. So this is the time to delete that. Okay, so it's going to be looking like this. It's just generating some numbers there. But first of all, we need to scan. So scan barcode is like this. Scan barcode. Once you've downloaded that and opened that application, it is showing scan barcode. Is it showing it to everyone? So you have to scan the barcode. Where's the barcode? So see this? Let's go to activate MFA on your root account. The second option. Is everyone there? So once you click the second option here, it says manage MFA or multi-factor authentication. So let's click the manage MFA. Now it's saying here you're accessing the security credentials page for your AWS account. The account credentials provide unlimited access to your AWS resources to help secure your account. Follow an AWS best practice by creating and using AWS identity and access management. So it's just saying in English that create another account, give it powers, use that. Do not use this one. So we're saying yeah, sure, whatever. So in training, yes, we're not going through this best practice, but in production environment, in companies, you better not use this root account. Just go for another account, right? So right now we're just going to click the continue to security credentials. Let's click the continue to security credentials. Now again we're going to go to multi-factor authentication. This time it's going to let us configure it. So it was 3 or 4 steps, but now we're about to do that. So have you clicked this option? Hey, how about all the screenshots? There are 3, 4 screenshots coming now. Oh, good. So you kept taking screenshots of the whole process. Wow, good.
So is it 16?
Oh, not yet. So let's click the activate MFA first. Activate MFA. We're going for virtual MFA device. Otherwise, you do have security key. from this company, YubiKey, or any other compliant UDF device, U2F device, or other hardware MFA. So the companies can purchase the hardware fob, key fobs there, or we're gonna stick to that. So now, if it is clearly showing in the background this blue one, and this is selected here, we take 16th screenshot here. So take a 16th screenshot of this screen, and then click continue. You have all the screenshots, right? So guys, if you're on the QR code here on the cell phone, you can click the show QR code now, right? So click the show QR code here if you're on this screen, and on the cell phone you should be also within that application to get that QR code. So if I just put it here, and seriously, seriously, okay, since it's not detecting my laptop, so I'll go here. Now it's good. It always does that in every class with me. So yeah, so now it's generating codes here, right? I hope it is generating codes for you. I have actually 2 more accounts, so ignore that. But the last one is what is mine right now, right? So guys, do you see this? MFA code 1, MFA code 2. So it's just keep on generating the number. So I can quickly just type this number, and then the next number, when it pops up, I can type that to the MFA code 2. Now the new number is coming. Now it's coming, right? So 023910, 023910. Yours is different, obviously. Oops. 023910. And click there. Sorry?
Are we submitting a screenshot of this screen or just submit? Or just
Since you insist. So as soon as you put the second code, take a screenshot. So second code is it's just appearing, right? So whenever it's blue, at that time just put it. So another number is appearing now. So 023910. Are you kidding me? It's the same old number. What? You're supposed to change the number. That is the weirdest thing ever. No kidding. It's not giving me a new number. Oh, that sucks.
this one we used because I couldn't show the I guess it disappeared. Sir, I don't have permission.
What?
You do not have permissions to perform this operation.
No kidding. Okay, I'll have to come there. So guys, if you are able to put the two codes, just click assign MFA. Now, this is the weirdest thing going on. It's not changing my code for some reason. So maybe I have 3 of them, so it doesn't like that.
Maybe you're saying the same thing, you're just not lucky.
Yeah, exactly. Assign MFA. Oh, it doesn't work. You need permissions. You don't have permission required to perform this operation. Ask your administrator to add permissions. Authentication code for devices not valid. Okay, guys, everyone is getting this?
No, just me. I actually did it, and I removed it, and then I did it. Oh, now it works for me.
So just cancel it and do it again, right?
It doesn't.
Oh,
I have to put in the new codes after.
okay. Thanks. Oh yeah, now it's giving me a new code. Wow, that's good. 726380.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, now it's good. 547. Just do it again, guys. Okay, so if you have put the two codes, take a screenshot. That's your screenshot number 17. And once you've taken a screenshot, then click assign MFA. Once you've taken a screenshot here, then click assign MFA. Take a screenshot when you've put in the two codes. Okay. Oh. Well, okay. So, off the two codes. Oh, that's the 17th now. 17. 17. So guys, everyone successful? So click the close button here and log out and log in. So I'm just going to go up here to my account and sign out from here like this. So come here and sign out and then go ahead and sign in. So sign out and sign into the console again. And once you go, now it's asking this MFA code, right? 34000. So just go for that code as well, and now you're good. So everyone is able to do that? Oh yeah, then go down here and put the code again now. Stay on the same screen and just put it again. Remove the previous codes. Now the new number would have come here. Sign out, sign in, guys. You must sign out, then sign in again. Sign out, sign in. So see this? This is a sign out here. So it's the same password, but the code has to be put now. It's the same password, but the code has to be placed there. So we have reached already 17 screenshots. So let's go ahead, guys. Done? You forgot to take the screenshot? Oh, okay, that's good. Just when the two codes are successfully put, only that screenshot is required. When you put the two codes successfully, which is good. You're good. No screenshots after that, just the 2 times when you put the code. That's all. Show? Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Alright guys, so we're good. So if you have signed out and signed in successfully, that's always you're going to be signing in from now on. So don't forget your phone at home, right? Or then you'll have to call from your friend's phone to your home and then tell who was there that hey, what is the number coming there? So yeah, it's going to be a little difficult. So just bring your phone here for every class. What am I talking about? Obviously we'll bring our phone. Anyway, so let's go ahead, guys. We already talked about how to go for multi-factor authentication. We tried it. It works. Now, do you see? If you're on the same page here, you see I am already written here. Recently visited services. I hope everyone's seeing that. So let's just go back to I am again. identity and access management. Let's go back to this one again. Once we go inside IAM, so see this, if you go to services, you will see IAM in the history, under the history here as well. So I hope everyone has logged in, and you're inside the IAM, or identity and access management console again. So once you're there, first of all, we configured the MFA for this account. So this is a more secure way to log into that. The second thing is that create individual IAM users. So these are just those end users that you're going to be creating there, and then we're going to be logging in from those end users as well. So let's click that create individual IAM users like this, and then click manage users, this one. So let's once you click the manage users, you see add user, and on the left side you're in the users within the dashboard of IAM. So if you see that, let's click the add user here. Oh well, it doesn't show me the previous one. So everyone here, so click cancel. Let's take a screenshot of this screen first. 18th screenshot. 18th screenshot. Let's click the add user here. Once we click the add user, now you see this screen. So we're going to create 2 users here, in fact 3. So let's just go for your first name 01, then add another user like this, your first name 02, add another user, your first name 03. So we're creating these users, and this means that we can create a lot of users in one go. Once you have put in that information here, you can see the 2 options here. One is programmatic access, the second is AWS Management Console access, right? So let's click the programmatic access as well as AWS Management Console access. What's the meaning of programmatic access? That if you use some third-party program or application to connect to AWS, these users will be able to do that. But of course, these users will need their access key ID and secret access ID to connect from any of these AWS API or application programming interface, CLI, which is command line interface, SDK, and other development tools. So from third-party applications, the user wants to connect to the AWS, then yes, we check it. Normally we check it for the developers, right? Otherwise we keep it unchecked for end users and keep just the console access. This means the users can just connect from the browser and log into AWS console, right? So if you have taken this, then take your screenshot number 19. Wow, we're reaching there. Woohoo! Excitement. Only 6 screenshots left. Let's just finish it in 10:30 or something. Oh, just kidding. Okay. So here, if you've taken a screenshot number 19 here, let's click next permissions. Let's click the next permissions. Once you click the next permissions, now you can see add users to group. We don't have a group. We can create a group. We can separately create that as well. Copy permissions from existing user. We don't have an existing end user. And attach existing policies directly. So what is that? Attach existing policies. So we can go ahead and click this attach existing policies now. So I'm just going to click that. Once we click that, now you can see if you have handled Windows before, I'm sure you have handled Active Directory here. So you would see that there are group policies in Windows. Now that's the same thing here. You have policies here, but it's kind of those built-in security groups that Windows had that you also have here as well. These are the built-in groups here. It's not related to group policies basically. So you can see here administrator access. You can also see here Alexa for business. So now that's, if you keep going down, are a lot of policies and permissions throughout 1300 services. They would all need that. If you keep going down and down and down, it's still keep going. It's not ending, right?
It's auto
Hmm?
looks like it's just generating.
Yeah. So you see this? It's just going for 427 results, right? So if we keep going ahead, so it's just, if you go back up to the top, you can see administrator access. Of course, that's the top access here. Provide full access to AWS services. That's all out access, right? That's the most dangerous permission that we have. So for all those 3 users, if we select this, obviously that's a very bad idea, right? So what we can do later is we're going to play with the permissions, but right now we understand that if we wanted to give some attach some policy directly to these users, so they will get all the privileges related to that policy, right? So all the privileges that are related to this policy are there. So we're not going to touch that. We just understand that these are there. At least do not select that. You see the arrow button here with the administrator access. So let's click that arrow button here. And now it is showing provide full access to AWS services and resources. And if you go a little down, a summary for this policy cannot be generated. You can still view or edit the JSON policy document. Ever heard of JSON before? Not your neighbor, Jason. This Jason. Yeah. Good guy, yeah. But what is this JSON? Ever heard of that before? Yeah, what is this?
JavaScript object notation for private document.
So what's the purpose of that?
It's just very nice readable object from like a JavaScript object, which you can, it's easy to read.
Easy to read, exactly. So the main thing is, and how easy it is to read, you can see here version of the policy whenever it was created, and statement, but it says effect, allow, action, asterisk, right? Everything, resource, all resources across your AWS console, right? So action is whatever you want to do, and to whichever resource you want to do. Allow, yes, I allow you to do anything you want to do with any of the resources in AWS. So that's really easy to understand way when you click the JSON and it shows you the script here or the code here. It's easy to understand. So that's what we are talking about here. But now we do not need to actually give any of the permissions. I'm just showing you how it is shown here. So we can just collapse this administrator access here and take our 20th screenshot here. So take your 20th screenshot. So we are going for the final 5. Ta-ta-da. Okay. So we're not attaching anything here. So we can just go ahead and go for next tags. So we see it's there, but we do not attach or select anything. Let's click the next, which is tags. Once you click the next tags, well, it's just, we can just keep on putting something here. We don't really have to do that. Department sales. So machine was from sales, and now users are also from sales. I don't know why I like sales. Anyway, so nothing to do here. Let's click review. So other than that, do not take a screenshot here. Let's click next. Review. So that's the 4th one here, and there is that managed policy still attached. The following policies will be attached to the users shown below. I am user change password, so users can change their own passwords. So that's definitely something that they should have. If we go down, nothing else is there other than the tags that we created. So it's okay. These users are about to be created. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's click the screenshot. So the sooner it finishes, the sooner we go, huh? I gotcha there. Oh, okay. In that case, let's keep going ahead. So create users. Create users. So you can see all 3 users here, and it's a very good idea to download .csv. This button. Go ahead and download the information, which is secret access key and the password information and the email login instructions and the access key ID. So we really need this file right now. you can see all this information. You can copy from here. Better download that .csv. So once, go ahead and download that. First of all, I'm just gonna name it GB credentials. Download.csv and then take your 21st screenshot. We are also happy now that we have just 4 screenshots left. Now guys, for this page, remember this sign in link here, right? So that's just a hint, and your task 2 is coming now. So if you see this page, it's okay, but let's go for task 2 is, should be easy, should be. So task 2 is log in from your first name 01 and take a screenshot once successfully. Screenshot and not successfully, so take a screenshot, log in from one successfully here and take a screenshot. That's it. Go ahead, just log in from first user. So log out from your current account, log in from your first name 01. If you're successful, take a screenshot. Simple, right? Tick tock, tick tock. Okay, so that's screenshot number 22 now, which you will be taking now. Go ahead and do this task 2. Log in from your name 01 and take a screenshot. So this task here. Easy, right? Oh. So the hint is, open that downloaded file. The hint is open that downloaded CSV file.
Do we have to change the password? It says you have to change the password.
It says? Yeah, go ahead and change the password then. Yeah. The thing is that you have to successfully log in, that's all. Well, if you're successfully logged in, make sure that this user's name is showing on the top right. It will. And take a screenshot. So since everyone's logged in, let's go ahead. Oh, done? That's good. No? Like just log into this main page and as long as you're this user is showing here, and the main page services. That's good enough. Take screenshot. Yeah, I did. If you log in successfully after that, right? So if everyone has done that, let's go ahead. Oh, 3 more screenshots left. No. So let's go ahead, and since everyone's done, and I was recording that. Okay, so that's one user logged into, and then come back to that account again, guys. So sign out from there, sign out from that user, and log back in from your root account. Log back into your root account. So once you log back in, go ahead and log back in. So task 3 is your first name 02 must be given administrative permission or policy. Attach the policy, which is a set of permissions here. Administrative per policy. Log in from your first name 02, which has now administrative privileges, right? And create a new group, which is right down below, group called your first name group 1. Add your first name 03 to this group. Okay, task starts now, and of course 2 screenshots. I'm leaving 1 screenshot for your smiley selfie. So 2 screenshots required. 1 screenshot for administrative.
There's one for the group and then one for adding the person.
So 1 screenshot should prove that you have given administrative or attached administrative policy to the user, your first name 02 user.
Okay.
For administrative policy attached to your first name 02.
What's the policy for the group? Is there anything?
No.
Okay.
You're already there. That's good. 1 screenshot for user 03 successfully added to group. That makes 24 screenshots.
Is there 25th today?
Hmm?
Is there 25th?
Oh man, you're too fast. Man, slow down. Like superpowers. All right. So 25th screenshot is your selfie where you're smiling, right? Or happy selfie thingy. Let me just show you that.
I just called it.